Okay, hello class. This is going to be a review for your test on Friday. Okay, so we're just going to go over some things that we've spoken about in class, and hopefully this can help you to understand simplifying fractions and equivalent fractions some more. All right, we're going to take it slowly, and you can pause the video and think about what I've said and see if you understand what's happening. Okay, so we're going to look at these multiplication sentences and this one division sentence and kind of see how they connect with each other. All right, excuse me. Excuse me. So these are just symbols that can replace numbers, right? So we have 2 multiplied by 3 is going to be equal to 6. So these two numbers, when you multiply them, they equal to 6, which is the product. It's like you're making something and that's the end result. When you multiply 2 by 3, you're going to get 6. When you multiply 7 multiplied by 5, you're going to get a product of 35. And I like to think of it like this. This is not what it is, but the only example I can think of is if you have sugar and you have some flour, and you may have some banana and chocolate chip and stuff like that. All of those things put together, at the end of when you mix it together with some milk and other things, you get a product, maybe a banana cake, right? So those two things together gives you that cake. In the same way, I like to think of it like this. So 9 multiplied by 3 is going to be equal to 27. And these numbers that are being multiplied, they're called factors. That's just how math works. That's what it is. Maybe as you get older, you'll learn more details or more in depth of why it is called what it is. So a factor and a factor, when multiplied, they're going to give you an answer, which is your product. All right, so these are called factors. It's because the product right here, which is the 6, if you should say 6 divided by 3, you're not going to have a remainder over. That's why you can say 3 is a factor of 6. The same thing here. 7, if 35 divided by 7, you are not going to have any remainder left. You're going to get an answer, but you're not going to have a remainder left over. Nothing is going to be left over, right? I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let's see if I should, I'm going to write this on my paper. I don't think I have it. I'm trying to think of a smaller number based on what I have. Let's look at, I'm going to show you, for example, 6, okay? I'm going to go 6 divided by 3 is going to be equal. I'm showing you that why 3 is a factor of 6. 3 is a factor of 6. I'm going to show you why that is, okay? So my product, I'm going to start with my product, which is 6. I have 6 pencils here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pencils, right? And I'm dividing these by 3. So this is a review now. This is your dividend. That's the total amount that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Your divisor is what is telling you how to put it. Oh, okay, they're supposed to be in threes. In threes, right? It's telling you what to do. So with my 6 pencils, it's divided by 3, which means 1, 2, 3. I have to have it in a group of 3. I'm going to put some tape around this. This is my first. So 3. Remember, I have 6, so I still have 3 more left. I'm also going to put that in 3. Let's see if I can get this, guys. In threes, right? So now, basically what it is saying, there's none left over because remember, I started with 6. It's still 6. If you can count it, you can see that I still have 6 pencils. But the divisor is saying to put them in groups of 3. So 1, there's my first 3. There's my first 3. I have nothing left over. So that's why you can say 3 is a factor of it, because it can be divided equally into the 3. So what do I have left? 1, 2. I have 2 groups. I made 2 groups, and it's going to equal to 2. Remember, we call the answer in division or quotient, right? So I'm going to see now if I'm going to prove it, because I know I figured out that 3 is a factor of 6, because 6 divided by 3, you don't have anything left over. That's why you call them factors, right? Let's move on and let's try to prove one more. Let's see if 2 is actually a factor of 6, right? Let's try that really quickly. I'm going to try to cut this out. I'm trying to get my pencils undone from the tape. It's going to take a little while. I wish I had a rubber band, but I do not. So I'm going to have to use tape. All right, guys. So I'm still working on that one. So, all right, 6 is this important number, right? So 6 is the important number divided by 2. Remember, 3 and 2, when you multiply these two factors together, you're going to get the answer 6, right? So I'm going to see, I'm trying to prove it now because I'm thinking there are factors, because if you divide 6 divided by 2, nothing is going to be left over. Going back to my 6 pencils. Guys, I wish I had a rubber band. Going back to my 6 pencils. 1, let's verify. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to let you count for yourselves. See, I have 6 pencils here. Now my divisor is telling me how I'm supposed to divide it. It's saying, okay, put it in groups of 2. So this is a total number 6. And now I'm supposed to put it in groups of 2. So here's my first group, 1. I'm going to put some some tape around it. Remember, I'm only working with, this is my first one, right? Now here's another 2. I wish I had my rubber bands, guys. I'm wasting tape, but it's worth it. Here's another group with 2. And then here's another group, because it's telling you to divide it. So whenever you're doing division, think about it like this. You have all these pencils and you only have 6 pencils, and it's telling you to divide it in 2. So that's how you do it. See, I still have 6 pencils. You can check for me. Right? I still have 6 pencils, correct? Let me try to get that focused. I still have 6 pencils, but I'm dividing these pencils in 2. Excuse me. This is my first 2. See, now they're all in 2s. So how many groups do I have? 1 group with 2, second group, third group. So 1, 2, 3. That gives me 3. See? So 2 and 3 can be divided, can go into 6. 3 can also go into 6 without leaving a remainder. So I want you to get that part in your brains. Okay? And we can see how division works. And down here, we can see that 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So it's the same idea. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see if we can do that one quickly. I have some pencils here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I'm showing you how division works as well, right? Let's leave this for a second, the multiplication for a second, and let's get to this part, division. So I have 15 pencils. And when I say 15 divided by 3, I'm going to let you see that 15 divided by 3. We're saying we have a total of 15, which is our dividend. And then the divisor is like, hey, you guys need to put it in 3s. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Ariana, I just saw your text. This is my first group of 3. I'm going to do that quickly. It's going to take a little while, but it's okay. I'm going to put these down for a second. I have my 15 pencils right here in front of me, spilling everywhere. But I want you to see that I'm putting them in groups of 3. This is my first 3. I'm going to rest it right here. I'm going to show you my end product when I'm finished. 3. My next 3. Right here. How much do you think I have so far? is my next 3. Remember, the divisor says to put it in 3. So think if you can put that in your brain, or if you've not memorized it yet. This is another 3. Hold on, let me make sure. And then I have another 3. Right, I still have my 15 pencils and I put them in groups of 3. Right here. 15 pencils, this is my first group with 3. Second group with 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I have 5 here. So I want you to see the connections with the numbers. A total of 15 pencils. And the divisor says to put them in 3s. So I took that, I put it in 3s. Putting them in these little groups with 3s. And when I finished, I was like, okay, how many groups do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. And that's how I got my answer for this one. So let all of this sink in, all the connections, and then I will show you how it relates to equivalent fractions and also how this relates to simplifying fractions. Okay, that's going to be for the next few videos.